Participating schools are already in Lagos for another thrilling and exciting moment of the international finals of the Channel's International Kids Cup. At the press conference and draw ceremony for season 10 of the competition, 12 states, including 2 Lagos representatives, 2 schools from Ghana and Benin Republic, will slug it out for a place in the finals on Children's Day on May 27th.
One after the other, schools that emerged champions from their state preliminaries arrive at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in anticipation of what to expect at this year's internationals.
Season 10 of the Channel's International Kids Cup.
However, before they file out to the field of play, the kids are part of the press conference and draw ceremony to announce this year's events.
I'm going to identify talents. This Channel's Kids International Kids Club is Nigerian Football Federation protected. You're going to have coaches, scouts that would pick players when you play. So you ensure you display teamwork is very key.
You are here because we want you to continue with your education. So you must propagate your skill, your talent, and most especially education. Having appeared here, it shouldn't get into your head. You must stay in school, primary school, secondary school, university.
I see beautiful colors, the white with the red stripe.
As it is the tradition of the competition, the organizers unveiled this season's jersey to ensure everyone is well catered through the tournament.
So, aren't they beautiful? If you like it, let's give them a round of applause. Beautiful job. That's what you'll be wearing to play. And please take care of your jerseys, you know.
And then comes the draw.
Yeah. A very big round of applause for him, please. It's not easy.
C4.
16 schools will play in 4 groups of 4 teams each, and the top 2 will advance to the knockout phase. Games will begin on Monday, May the 21st, and when next you see these kids, they will be fully dressed in their Channel's jerseys and ready for action.
And more coming up in sports here. Spain's Rafael Nadal this evening survived a stunning fight back from Alexander Zverev to win an 8th Italian Open. Nadal cruised to the first set before defending champion Zverev won 9 of the next 12 games to take the second set 6-1 and lead 3-2 in the decider. But Nadal turned the match around following a lengthy rain delay and closed out a 6-1, 1-6, 6-3 victory. The win will see Nadal regain the world #1 ranking before the French Open, which starts next week. US and China will not be going into a trade war after all, following an agreement by both sides to halt imposing punitive import tariffs. The deal came after talks in the US aimed at persuading China to buy $200 billion of US goods and services and thereby reducing the trade imbalance. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin says the U.S. will impose tariffs worth $150 billion if China does not implement the agreement. In March this year, U.S. President Donald Trump announced plans to impose tariffs on Chinese imports, mainly steel and aluminum. China retaliated, imposing tariffs on a number of U.S. imports, among them aircraft, soybeans, cars, pork, wine, fruit and nuts. The Chinese Vice Premier Liu He says the new agreement is a win-win choice. And the main news again. Vigilant worshippers today prevented a suicide bomb attack on a mosque in Gashua village of Yobe State. But it's been another terrifying day in Beningwari in Kaduna State, where gunmen struck again, killed one and kidnapped 9 others. The River State Governor Nyesom Wike has raised alarm over an alleged plot to assassinate him. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has prescribed creativity, innovation and hard work as catalysts for nation building. And the US and China have entered an agreement which has put their trade war on hold. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.